Sam's senior year would have been 04, 05, 04 football season. It was like I told you, it's kind of how I recognize things. So he would have been here 02, 03, and 04 football-wise. Good times and bad times. There were some, as far as our teams and stuff, we were, Sam's junior year, we were in the state semifinals playing Jinx at Broken Arrow, and had Deji Kareem as a running back who led the state, I believe, that year in rushing in 6A, and had a pretty well-balanced run-pass type team. I think we both respect each other for what we do. I've always, Sam's always been way beyond his age maturity-wise, and so Sam's a guy that you coach, but you don't have to overcoach. You let what you try to do with good players, you let them go play and let them go make decisions. And good players, and especially a quarterback, is like your coach on the field. And I think the biggest thing with Sam is that when he stepped into the huddle, because of his not only his athleticism, but because of the type of young man he is on and off the field, he's one of those guys that not only walks the walk but talks the talk. And well, he wasn't real heavily recruited. He was recruited by several what I think very respectable schools. Texas Tech was the first school, Mike Leach, to offer him in the spring before senior year. And once they called and offered, I got on the phone and called Oklahoma and Oklahoma State to let them know that, hey, I'm an Oklahoma high school coach first, and I don't know if it means anything to you one way or the other, but I feel an obligation to let you guys know that he has this offer from Tech. And I think one thing that everybody agrees on, regardless of level, is that Mike Leach can evaluate quarterbacks. We had another big wide receiver, Kenny Brown, that year that was being recruited pretty good. So Texas A&M was in, sent some film back for them. They flew their offensive coordinator in. We're just all over Sam once they saw him. Followed up by Oklahoma and Michigan and some other schools. So I don't think any coach was here more than 10 minutes that didn't feel like they were going to offer him and felt like he was one of the top quarterbacks around. And you can understand I'm speaking from a pretty prejudiced standpoint, but we, being around Sam and knowing Sam's background, we felt very strongly that he would compete. When he was being recruited, a lot of things what I told coaches coming here, he's either going to be playing for you or you're going to be playing against him. Because he's going to go somewhere, I think, probably, to a pretty respectable college, and you've got to make the decision, is he a guy for your program or is he a guy you want to be playing against on Saturdays? A lot of Sam's success has to be attributed, if not all of his success, to his parents. I mean, a great upbringing, structured his life to where, he's had to learn to appreciate things. They don't just give to him. He's had to earn things, and his grandparents and his parents have did just tremendous job. You would know Sam was an only child because he's not selfish. He's not a me guy. He's a team guy. And I think you hear him on the interviews, and the first thing he'll say is, my teammates did a great job. The offensive line did a great job giving me time. My receivers made some catches that made me look good, and all those things. That's not just some guy that's trying to eat up the clock, or eat up the camera time. That's how Sam feels about those things, and that's one of the things that makes him a tremendous kid. I've had that question asked a lot about, am I surprised at the success that Sam has, and did I know that he was going to throw for so many touchdowns and so many yards and, have an opportunity to be up for the Heisman and the Dave O'Brien Award and all the millions of other things I'm sure he's been up for. I can't say that we knew that by any means. Did we think he had the ability to go in there and be the #1 quarterback at Oklahoma and lead them to a successful season and have a successful career? Yeah, we felt like that the whole time. Now, I can't tell you how many touchdowns he's supposed to throw for. I mean, we didn't know that. Anybody tells you that's lying to you, because we didn't. But we knew that he would compete. We knew that given the opportunity that he would have a chance to be very successful, we thought. I try not to bother him a lot. I try to, if I could text, I try to text him after the game Saturday night. I'm not smart enough to text, but just kind of check in on him. I know he's getting inundated with calls, and I'll call, leave a message. He'll call me back, later that day or the next day. And so I try to talk to him every 2 or 3 weeks. And I'm sure that there were probably some Heisman poses in the locker room, but we probably have that today with my kids and stuff. I think people that say I knew he was going to be or this and that, or just jumping on the bandwagon, which there seems to be a lot of those people right now. But could you see that Sam had potential to be really good Yeah, but I'm telling you, he could have been a very good golfer. He could have been a pretty good basketball player. He was a tremendous athlete. So I think we felt like whatever he did, he was going to be successful at. Right now, it's I've talked a little bit about it. It's tough for him to get out and go, out anywhere because of his notoriety and the success he's had at Oklahoma. So and I think he's told some of our coaches sometimes it's just easier just to stay home, play video. I think he's happy with doing with that. He still hangs out with a lot of his high school buddies, guys that aren't football players, and so yeah, it's pretty tough for him to go out and especially in this state, and not be, surrounded by people who want his autograph and stuff. And, I told his dad yesterday, I said, as far as we're concerned, he's the Heisman as far as we're concerned, regardless of what happens up there on Saturday night. It's just, I think it's a culmination for me in my heart of hearts as a coach is that, if he does win, and don't get me wrong, Colt McCoy and Tebow are both great kids too, and it's just maybe a deal that you feel like sometimes the good guys win, so when kids are out there doing things right on and off the field and in the classroom and just doing things right in life, that sometimes it pays off, and it would be a great honor for Sam, and we'd be tickled to death. Well, my plans would probably be sitting home with a grandkid on each leg, watching to hopefully hear that Sam Bradford is the next Heisman Trophy winner.
And if it happens?
Well, there'll probably be a few yells, around our house, and a lot of excitement. It would be a nice thing.